not even like a proper review. This is just me coming here and telling you how excited I am for this. Hi people, welcome back. If it's your first time, my name is Talia Adeola and this is DISBYDEM. I love anime. I do. I just don't have enough time to watch it. But usually when I find one that I like, I stick with it and I rewatch it over and over again. In college, in university, it was Naruto, Bleach. Bleach was easier to rewatch, so I've watched that multiple times over the years. I was calling Susan Eisen. That's how much Bleach lives in my head. I was into the Seven Deadly Sins. I liked season 1 very much. I kind of lost me after season 2, I think. I don't know. They kind of just went off the rails. Ouran High School, I will watch anytime. If I see it anywhere, I will park myself and I will watch it. I love it so much. So yeah, I've been kind of getting back into it. There's a lot more that I liked. Hunter x Hunter, I did like until that final season. And kind of just went off the rails for me. It was good. I just didn't feel like I was watching the same anime, so yeah. Anywho, I'm going to be talking about the 4, A Sign of Affection, The Apothecary Diaries, 7-Time Loop, and Solo Leveling. I'm going to be talking about them in order of annoyance. And when I say that, I mean the ending, because I've come to accept that these 4, I'm pretty sure many more out there, are just teasers for you to go read the bloody comic itself, because the cliffhangers on which they left off, I don't even understand. I don't understand. But let's just dive on into it. We're going to be starting with The Sign of Affection. I remember putting up something about this and I was like, oh, should I watch it? And you guys said it was really wholesome and that I will like it. I just waited for them to complete the entire episodes and released all the episodes. I did that for all of the 4 that I'm talking about today, just so I didn't have to wait, weekly. I'm already waiting on some other things. I can't put these on my roster anyhow. Besides, my current subscriber base are more into romance and K-dramas right now, so I didn't really think that this is just for me. It's my channel, so obviously if I watch it, I review it. So I will put it up here, especially if I love it. But this was just for me. I'm hoping that a bunch of you like anime and will be okay with this review. So A Sign of Affection, Yuki is a college student who's into friends and fashion. She's also deaf or hard of hearing. I'm not really sure which is appropriate these days, one or the other. A chance meeting on a train leads to a serious crush, but can it grow into something more? Yuki, who's always been deaf, is used to communicating with sign language and her phone, but she's not used to English. So when a tourist, this is just what happens. When a tourist from overseas asks for directions, she nearly panics until a handsome stranger steps in. His name was Itsuomi. I was calling him Itsumi for a while because I did react to the first episode and then I realized that there's really not much of a reaction with this series, so I just left it. And it turns out that he's a friend of a friend, a charismatic globetrotter. Itsuomi speaks 3 languages, but he's never had a deaf friend. The two feel drawn to each other and plan a date on a romantic winter night, but Yuki's friend is afraid that she might be setting herself up for her because honestly, have you seen Itsuomi? I thought he was a bad boy till the end. Till the very last episode, I was like, ain't no way this guy's gonna do something and flip the tables. It would have been savage, because Yuki's just so lighthearted, just so carefree and such a sweet girl. To get in with the wrong kind of crowd would have sucked, but I was expecting it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm that jaded apparently. So yeah, it was fun. Every single time I'm walking on the street, I'll be like, Yuki. The way he called her when they were in Costco, it was so cool. I really enjoyed this. Not only was their story going on, there was a side story of her friend. There was Oshi on the side who, could have... Wait, was it Oshi? Honestly, it doesn't really matter. But if he knew that he liked her, he should have told her a long time ago. Why wait till there's another man in the picture and then you're going to fight for her? Come on. She didn't even have any idea that he was attracted to her. And obviously, she's not used to that. This was her first relationship. She was 19, Itsuomi came out of left field and they kind of, took each other's breath away, or they kind of bamboozled, no, not bamboozled, they kind of swept each other away, you know. So I love that about the whole series. But the friend who liked her, can't remember, honestly can't remember his name right now, should have said something. I liked it. It was very wholesome, like you guys said. So thank you so much for the people who commented and said, yes, I would like this. Thank you. I really appreciate the comments because it helps me really filter what I can watch, you know, what I would like and what I possibly potentially will do a review on. Love the Sign of Affection. I hate that it just ended, you know, when she got her passport. Like, we don't really get to see them traveling. We don't know if there's going to be a second season. At this point, like I said, I'm just going to have to start downloading comics because how else am I going to get closure with these animes? But let's move on, and we will be moving on to the Apothecary Diaries, which is so nice. This one took me by storm. Trained from an early age by an apothecary father, Mao Mao is sold as a servant. She was kidnapped to the emperor's palace. Mao Mao now puts her knowledge at the service of the people of the palace, not only to treat them, but also to follow mystery and conspiracies. See, I did not know what I was watching before I started watching this. So when it turned out that each episode was kind of like a murder mystery or a mystery that she had to solve, whoo! I was in heaven. Heaven. It was 24 episodes. I duked this out in 2 days. I would have done it in one night, but your girl's gotta sleep. Duked it out in 2 days because I loved it so much. I did not even clue in that you could mix anime and murder mystery together. I'm not sure why. Honestly, it never even crossed my mind. So as soon as I figured out that Mama had this curiosity and this, excuse me, excuse me, who's thinking about me? This thirst for not only knowledge but solving things and also poisoning. Mama was a little crazy, but she's my spirit animal and I love her. And with each episode, she was solving crimes, you know, putting the puzzle together, you know, towards the end, and the conspiracy that was happening against Jinchi. I was blown away. Loved it. I loved this anime and I was so excited to rewatch it. The only thing that pisses me off is that we don't understand why they were coming for Jinchi. Like, I can put it together. I can put one and one together and understand because of, you know, Jinchi's birth, his origin, his claim to the throne and all that kind of stuff. But who exactly is coming for him? Is it the emperor? Is it a third party who is potentially like looking to kill off Jinchi, then kill off the emperor and claim the throne? Like, who is it? And that was what pissed me off when this thing ended, because as much as I love their will they one day, we know they will. I mean, she is of lowly birth, you know, lowly birth, and he is of royal birth. So I'm not really sure how they're gonna get over that. But that's not what, we don't care about that right now. We know they will end up together. That's the only end for them. However, how are they getting there? What was all the mystery behind every single thing that happened? Why did they try to kill Jinchi? And how they just ended where they ended it, you know? But like, there's just so many questions that they didn't answer, which was a reoccurring thing with the 4 animes that I'm talking about today. Questions that they did not answer and they just leave you hanging. A lot of things that happened in the Apothecary Diaries as well is they tell you things without telling you things, or they don't tell you things while telling you things. It was such a weird mix. Like, they would just flash this here, you know, give you a flash of this history, give you a teaser of this, so you kind of infer your own deductions from what they're telling you, even though you kind of know the truth, but it's not really solid, so then you don't really know. It was kind of nice. It added a lot to the murder mystery factor of it, and I loved it. I loved this one because Mao Mao made it absolutely fantastic. Her obsession with poisons was fan-freaking-tastic and also fascinating for me to witness. And her obsession with the girl that got away in the end, loved it. I can't wait for that meeting, that one-on-one, and how that will go down. I really appreciated the series. I'm not really sure what made me, I think it was a lot of shorts. I kept seeing shorts on YouTube, and they were talking about Jinchi and Mao Mao, and that's why I decided to watch it. But I waited till all 24 episodes were out, and then I watched it. I love it. I cannot recommend this series enough. Just know that it ends on a cliffhanger, and you're gonna have to either wait. I mean, I've been waiting for season 2 of No Game No Life for how many years now? I don't think that one is in the works. I think we're done with that, which is unfortunate because that was a freaking great anime. Don't get me started on No Game No Life. So I hope that I don't have to do that with these ones. I'm not really sure A Sign of Affection is getting a second season, but I'm hoping that Apothecary Diaries gets more seasons. I'm hoping that the 7-Time Loop gets more seasons. And I'm definitely hoping that Solo Leveling gets more. Because if they do that to me, it's not going to go down well. It's not going to go down well, people. We're gonna move off the Apothecary Diaries and onto the 7-Time Loop. This one, I don't think that I will say too much about it. I really enjoyed it. Backstory is the villainess enjoys a carefree life married to her worst enemy. It's a light novel series written by Tuoko Amikawa. And it follows a girl who is on her 7th reincarnation. In the manga, I believe, on her 20th birthday, which blew my mind. Every 20th birthday she is reincarnated, and right back to the point where she was dumped by the crown prince or something like that. Like I don't really know his position. He was very whiny and kind of tuned out whenever he was talking. But every 20th birthday she will die and be reincarnated back to that point. So now she's on her 7th life, and she has decided that she wants a carefree life married to her worst enemy. Her worst enemy because he was the one who killed her in her last life. What drew me to this anime was because the way it was portrayed, I thought that maybe he had killed her 7 times, but they don't really explain who kills her the first few times or how she dies. They just say she gets caught up in the war and she dies. The war that was started by Arnold. Arnold is the crown prince who will eventually become the emperor. So that was what drew me to it. But what's her name? Rishi. Rishi is my second spirit animal. I just love her. Again, I think it's something about women who thirst for knowledge. I don't know if it's specific to just women, but so far they've been the women leads that I've loved. I mean, it is what it is, people. I just really like her. I like her attitude, her personality, the way she approaches problems. And I didn't understand why she was okay being engaged and possibly marrying Arnold in the anime when I was watching it, until she said at the end, I think it was the 12th episode, and she was talking to Michelle, the alchemist, and she said, there's nothing more interesting right now than figuring out the man that I'm about to marry. Because of her thirst for knowledge, she wants to understand what led Arnold to the person that he becomes in 5 years. I can't get over the fact that she's 15, supposedly in this. I'm not sure that that's how the anime plays out, but in the comic book, she will be 15, right? So, yeah, that was a little hurdle that I had to, physically take myself over. But moving on from that, I like that. I understood her whole reasons as soon as she told Michelle that. And I was like, okay, that makes sense now, because I didn't get it. If this man killed you, how do you not have flashbacks every single time that you're interacting with him, So, I also like the way their love is developing. Like, he fell in love with her from the very beginning. He wasn't even shy about saying it. She didn't believe him, obviously. But we know that he fell in love with her. This man will do anything for her. A lot of the changes that he is currently making, a lot of the adjustments he's making, is solely because of Rishi. She doesn't see it, but we do. The fact that he was willing to create or collaborate with Coils, whatever Kyle's kingdom is, the kingdom of Jules and whatever, Prince Kyle. The fact that he was willing to what is the word that I'm thinking of? My brain's not working today, people. Create no, not that. But the fact that he was willing to partner up with them is what I'm trying to say, was solely because it was his wife's greatest wish. Let's just call it spade a spade. The man is doing everything in his power to make her happy. So anything that will make her happy, he's happy to do. And I love that. It's a form of respect that I really appreciate that he gives her. Even though he says, if you become, if you become an obstacle, I will cut you down, blah, blah, blah. That's his first-hand nature. But I think she's going to change him for the better. I just am curious to see what happened, in her 6th time loop, to take him, or in her previous time loops, because in every time loop, he has been the one who starts the war. He kills his dad and he starts the war. So I want to understand what took him from this person that she's with in her 7th time loop to the person that he becomes in the previous time loops. Does that make sense? I think if you watched it will make sense to you and you understand what I'm saying. So if you know, please let me know in the comment section, because I don't have time to go and read the comics back. I would love to. I don't have the time. Or if there's a video explaining this on YouTube, please tag it in the comment section so I can go and watch and get caught up, because I do really enjoy their chemistry. I like the way he treats her. He's very respectful towards her. I love that for him. She's grown to love him. She's full on board in love with him. I don't know if she has realized it yet, but it's happening. I think with the exception of one, the undertone of the 3 anime that I've talked about right now is a love story, and I think that's what draws me to it, because you all know that I love. So I feel like that's what drew me into it. For a sign of affection, it was just wholesome. It was pure. Even when I was expecting the worst, it never happened. So it was just very pure. For the Apothecary Diaries, Mao Mao just keeps you engaged. The girl knows how to keep your eyes on the screen, and I love it. Jinshi is fine. He's funny, but Mao Mao is the draw in that. In this one, Rinchi definitely knows how to keep you engaged, but I also look forward to seeing Arnold on my screen. Sorry, I think my neighbors are partying. I also look forward to seeing Arnold on my screen every single freaking time, because I never know what he's going to do or how he's going to react. So I'm really loving that. Again, left us on a cliffhanger, because I don't even think we scratched the surface with what is happening or what's going to happen with them. So hopefully we get more seasons. I can't, I don't know. I really don't. I hope for the best with this one. And now we come to the last one. Last but not least, people, because I'm really loving finding these anime and watching them. I like the short episodes. I love the development. I love everything. But the last one is Solo Leveling. And I've had this on my radar for a bit now. Like, I think before the episodes got released, I was like, okay, this is on my list. I'm going to put it down because I'm intrigued. I reacted to this one, people. And by the time this review goes up, those reactions will be on Patreon. It's 2 episodes. It's going to be 1 to 6 and then 7 to 12. Right? Yes, I feel like that's how I'm going to loop them together. So I'm pretty sure each episode will be, each upload will be 2 hours. But they're going to be there if you want to go watch with me. Loved this. Loved it so much. You know what happened when I started watching this? It reminded me of Sword Art Online. And I loved season 1 of that one. It just blew my mind. And I was like, the first episode, I was like, is it a game? Has he been playing a game and they're just playing us? I was so pissed off. And then we go into episode 2 and I was like, oh, it's not a game. This is real. This is happening. Loved it. Every single episode, I was like, oh my goodness. What is he gonna do when he meets that boss again? The boss who gave him the game power. Because let's be honest, that boss is grooming him for when they meet again. It's just, it feels like the most logical reason for him to get those powers and power up the way he's doing. It's like the boss is like, go get stronger, come back and meet me. And I was hoping that we would see the boss again in this one. Not even close, people. Not even close. I do not think that Junwoo is up to an S rank yet. But let's read the synopsis, because I didn't even do that before I dove into talking about how much I love it. In a world of gifted hunters and monsters, a weak hunter, Sung Junwoo, gains extraordinary powers through a mysterious program, leading him to become one of the strongest hunters and conquering even the strongest dungeons. I tell you guys, this synopsis does not even cover half. It doesn't even cover 1%. This was such a good show. Such a good show, and I loved every single minute of it. The way he changed from episode 2? No, was it 2? I think it was 4 because I watched 5 a week after, and I was like, whoa, this doesn't even seem like the Jinwoo that we know from episode 1. Like, what happened, you know? Like, it was such a switch, and it's when you realize, like, obviously when you watch it, you know why he switched that much. But at episode 7, excuse me, I started getting scared. I was like, oh, I feel like things are shifting, not just in his physical form, but also something inside him. Because I thought maybe he was, going to the dark side. I don't know. I honestly, truly don't know. He may probably end up there, but his development has been fan-fucking-tastic, and I love it. I love this show. If we do not get a second season, I can't do anything about it, but I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed off because it's not fair. They can't just get you enticed like this and then leave you hanging. That is not cool. Not cool at all. But I love it. I absolutely 100% recommend the show. If you haven't seen Solo Leveling, go find it. I feel like it might even be on Netflix. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Google it, then you find it and you can watch it. But it's so amazing. If you have Crunchyroll, you'll find it there easy. All of these are on Crunchyroll, so if you have that, you can find them on there. But it's so good. It's so good. All 4 have been amazing. And if you want to watch them, probably watch them. I would do A Sign of Affection, 7-Time Loop, The Apothecary Diaries, and then Solo Leveling. But if you want to switch excitement levels, then just switch them around. So you start with Solo Leveling, go to Apothecary Diaries, watch 7-Time Loop, and then A Sign of Affection. So it just depends on your mood, people. If you haven't seen any of this, I totally 100% recommend them. I can't even recommend them enough. This is not even like a proper review. This is just me coming here and telling you how excited I am for this. I'm telling you what I was pissed off. Because again, in Solo Leveling, like I said, we don't even scratch the surface. And in the end, I thought maybe we would see the dungeon boss that gave him his gameplay powers, but not even close. And my brother thinks that it's years from now before we get to see that guy again. So what exactly is Jinwoo going to become years from now? Because right now, he's totally changed job quests. Like he did a job quest to change his job handle, I guess is the best way that I can describe it. I can't really remember what it was called. And I'm trying not to spoil too much. So I'm just like theorizing and thinking like, oh my God, where is this going to go? How is it going to get there? The other guys are going off to Jeju Island to go and figure out that whole situation. They made it seem like in episode 1, they'd conquered the ants and they won. But they didn't. It wasn't even close. Apparently, this is the 3rd mission that they're going there. So imagine how many people have died since that first episode to now. And my brother thinks that Jeju Island is it's ground zero. It's where it all begins, and maybe it hosts, the power, whatever, that creates the gates and is expanding into the world. So my question is, even if they beat the boss for Jeju Island and they manage to close that gate, do all the gates close, and then do the hunters lose their awakened powers? Like, there's just so many questions. So yeah, if you guys know any YouTube videos that have covered these in full extent, read the comic books. I don't know if they're all complete yet. I doubt it. But read the comic books to the extent where they've explained a ton of stuff. Please leave that in the comment section. I know these reviews might not be for everybody, but I hope that the few who get to watch it or who are willing to watch it enjoy where it's been. It's nowhere near, master level reviews of animes. I am not a master. I just watch them for fun. I enjoy them. I love them. And I find the ones that I like and I kind of stick with them over the years. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the reviews, or the talk rather. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm posting videos. And leave comments. Based on these ones, leave comments of any other ones that you think I might like. And I'll gladly watch them because I'm always looking for content to watch. In between the heavy, love K-dramas, I'm doing Taiwanese now. I'm doing a lot, people. But I need something in between those, kind of like balance me out, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm very happy to receive your recommendations. And I'm very grateful for all the ones that you guys have given me so far. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. I don't know why I did that before I started saying bye, but we know us on this channel, right? Bye.